Live from Southern California, it's time for another episode of Cook Live with Chrissy and Dr. Kristi. Turn on the oven, light up the stove, and get ready for another delicious recipe from our plant-based cancer-kicking kitchen. And without further ado, here are your hosts, Dr. Christy Funk and Chrissy Roth.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It's episode 11 of Cook Live with Chrissy and Dr. Kristi. We're streaming live to you via Zoom, YouTube, and Instagram. Hey, before we get started today, a few short words of explanation. During our last episode, our Zoom feed was trolled by a bunch of teenagers and others who clearly had nothing better to do with their free time. And sadly, the entire situation happened unmuted. There was profanity in the chat. It just simply wasn't pretty, and we were extremely disappointed by what happened. As most of you know, we do this for free, and in between Christy and I chatting about what to prepare, what we tried, what we like, what we don't, what I want to teach, setup, testing, shopping, driving, editing, and so on, each episode can really take like 10 to 20 hours to put together. And we do this without ads or sponsors or financial help, just because we love you guys and we're so dedicated to helping people transition to plant-based and do it with like fun and information and power. So anyway, all that to say, while we originally didn't think it was ever necessary to restrict our Zoom audio when the topic is food and mostly breast cancer,
I
know. We've now switched our episodes to being fully muted for all participants and the ability to eject anyone who's writing something obnoxious. So
they're nodding, so they get it.
Yeah,
you must have been here.
That you appreciate it, but we really hope that nobody has to experience a repeat of episode 10.
That's for sure.
Anyway, on to better news. Today, you're in for a treat because our spring in a roll recipe is just as quickly prepared as it is delicious. And as always, as with every Cook Live recipe, we promise
this dish delivers.
That was like a tongue twister. Dish. For those of you who don't know, I'm Dr. Christy Funk, board-certified breast cancer surgeon, and your health warrior at allthingspinklotus.com.
I'm Chrissy Roth. I am a physical therapist. I have always loved cooking and food, and I have been making healthy plant-based food for the better of 9 or 10 years now. I teach cooking classes. I work with a lot of food, plant-based food organizations, and I love Christy, so I'm here.
And one of the many things we do here at Pink Lotus is the kitchen. We want to show you live, up close, and personal in really simple, practical ways how every single time you lift fork to mouth, food is delicious medicine.
We were better at that.
That was good. That didn't have the tongue twister alliteration happening. So for those of you who were caught in the episode 10 trolling, you will remember that we had to cancel the giveaway since the Zoom feed had to be shut down. So in light of that, today we are giving away, for the first time again, to one of our lucky Zoom participants. Sorry, Instagrammers and YouTubers. You've got to be on Zoom, but you can still join. Go to pinklotus.com/kitchen and join. Get the Zoom link, and then you can participate in the giveaway. So today we're giving away a tofu bud. This is an amazing tofu press given to me by Chrissy.
You want one, trust me. If you use tofu, it's so nice to have a press. Christy sent me a picture of herself pressing tofu, which is how she earned that, because she had like all these towels and
a sheet pan, and then 2 20-pound weights.
Yeah, and weights,
literally from my gym.
I was like, you know, there's a better way. So anyway, it's nice to have one of those. Trust us.
But it's one at a time. When you're feeding 3 teens, you need like 5 blocks of tofu.
You need the 20-pound weights. That's a whole different story.
Anyway, speaking of our Zoomers, we've got everyone from where today? Let's hear where everybody's from. Type it in the chat. We'd love to say hello. See who we know and who comes from the farthest away.
So nice to see your faces, you guys.
Belfast, New York. All right, so we're in
LA.
The evening.
Oh, yeah.
Bethany. Hello, my friend.
Arlington, Virginia. Hi, Remy.
Hilton, New York. We got some New Yorkers.
Yeah, I'm a New Yorker, so
Hey, Bethany.
Hey.
Denise from Duluth, Minnesota.
Staten Island. All of my relatives live on Staten Island. Staten Island.
Marcy, I already saw you in LA. Hi, beautiful. That doesn't look like LA behind you. You look like you're in like Mount Rainier or something. Very fun. Well, we're glad everyone's joining
New
us.
Jersey. Oh, Betty Ann.
Yep. She's the staple.
That's right. Thanks for being here, because we know you were caught in the midst of that craziness on episode 10. Betty Ann.
Okay. If you're cooking along with us, remember you can use the interactive recipe checklist in cook mode. And so you go to pinklotus.com/kitchen and find today's recipe to get all the details for what we're preparing. And then when you go to cook mode, it won't turn off, and then when you click on what you've already put into your recipe, it'll cross out so you don't forget anything. Skip a step. We do have a small tradition here at Cook Live. We always start with a drink, with a mocktail. And today we're going to prepare our cucumber cocoa aloe cleanser. So let me get started.
All right.
In this bad boy, it's pretty simple ingredients actually. We just have a couple cups of coconut water. We're going to make two servings.
We're going to start squeezing the lime?
Yes, squeeze the lime. Do you guys know that the American troops at the Napoleonic Wars called the Brits limeys?
Yeah, I did know that.
Okay, do you know why?
No, I don't know why.
Yes, because all of the sailors, 2 million of them, were dying of scurvy.
I was just going to guess that.
And the British Navy started eating limes, not knowing that they were chock full of vitamin C, and stopped them from getting scurvy. So perhaps that is why they, along with their allies, won the war.
That's right. Yeah.
Fun facts.
Fun facts. She always has lots of fun facts, folks.
Indeed, I do. All right.
Full of them.
We've got 8.
I'm doing both limes.
Both limes, because we want 2 tablespoons.
Gotcha.
1 lime will give you a tablespoon.
Yeah, that's what's happening here.
And then I need 2 ounces of aloe tonic. You all know I'm obsessed with our aloe tonic. It is the special formulation of the full aloe leaf. A cap is conveniently 1 ounce, so we're going to throw 2 ounces in there, 1 for each drink. This is so anti-inflammatory. You guys know that. You put aloe on your skin with a sunburn. Imagine what it does inside your cells to squelch inflammation. The mucopolysaccharides in aloe are extremely anti-inflammatory, but have also been shown to degrade estrogen receptors off of estrogen-positive cancer. Okay. We need, you've got the 4 tablespoons, a half a lime usually gives a tablespoon. Do you need more limes than that? Do you think enough is coming out, or are they?
No, there's a lot coming out.
Okay,
These
yeah,
really
so usually
juicy.
a half a lime's a tablespoon, so 1 lime is 2.
Yeah, no,
and
it's
we
very
need 4.
juicy. Yeah, so we're good.
16 whole mint leaves, and...
Why don't you just use these?
I already counted them out.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Whoop. And then I just need a 2/4 cup of water. This is so refreshing. Cucumber, you can throw the cucumber chunks in there.
Okay.
Is 95% water. So this is a really great hydrating drink.
It sure is.
Coconut water kind of gets so rapidly absorbed. It's as good as, it's basically the concentration of an IV bag of like D5.5 normal saline, which is what we put in your IV when you're in surgery. Did I do both?
I feel like you could throw some watermelon in here too if you wanted to. That would be really good. Watermelon chunks.
This is really funny. I have to step off camera just to show you because that's so funny you said that. Gee.
Too bad you don't have any watermelon, though.
Too bad I don't have any watermelon in my house.
All wow, that's a lot of watermelon.
The time it would take to cut that isn't worth it.
Yeah, it's not worth it. But I'm just saying, that sounds like it would be
4
good.
ice cubes. Few ice cubes in there. And then, ding, ding. Here, I'm not even doing my own interactive. Cook mode. Hey, cook mode. What? Oh, my bad.
These are tiny. I'm putting
Cook
more.
Mode. We got the coconut water, the filtered water, the aloe tonic, the lime juice. Oh, I knew we forgot something. You need a little.
We need a sweetener.
A little sweetener. So,
Stevia?
Pick your sweetener. You could do stevia, monk fruit, any of the 0 calories, a little bit of maple syrup, agave, what have you. Pure table sugar isn't necessary, and it's just going to be, straight glucose shot to the veins, so we don't want that. Exactly. I'm going to grab, I forgot to pull it out. And we got a little monk fruit in here.
I don't know. We live in LA, and I don't know if mocktails are all the rage wherever you guys are, but there's a mocktail revolution going on in LA. Like a lot of the menus have a whole separate menu with mocktails, which is
extremely
exciting.
There's a new restaurant.
So it's so fun for those of us that don't really drink alcohol to be able to, you know, go to a restaurant and have a really fun drink in a fun glass with. I mean, the last one I had like foam on the top, and it was really cool.
I'm just gonna do
I appreciate
4
that.
teaspoons. There's a new plant-based restaurant in LA in Culver City / Venice Junction called Love Life. That's fabulous. We've been there twice.
Have you been to Planta yet?
No, but I looked at the menu and thought, oh, I'm not bringing the boys because it's pricey. We were, we were in there.
It is pricey, yeah.
But, so I'm going to
do a date night. We should do a date night there.
Okay, we will. I have a question. We have a question from Betty Ann. Is the aloe leaf, does it have a taste or is it tasteless? It does have a taste, but it's really mild. I down it straight from the cap in the morning, 2 capfuls every morning, and don't mind the taste. But once you put it in something, you'll never notice it was there. Yeah. But on its own, it has just a little bit of, it's not quite bitter.
It's like fresh, kind of.
Yeah.
I feel. It's a little fresh.
All right, here we go.
All right.
And on.
Woo! It was like, woo! Pretty color.
It is pretty, and it has that sort of, you know, cucumber mint.
Yeah.
Like just makes you transport to an island somewhere.
Oh, we should have saved a little, like, you know,
garnish. For garnish.
Yeah,
a little mint.
Do mint. Let's do mint. Just because it's more fun when it looks
so pretty.
Pretty. There we go. How nice. How nice. All right.
Okay.
All right. Cheers.
To
foamy little delight. Yeah. Yum.
Oh, it's really good. Mm-hmm. Very light. Don't taste too.
Very refreshing.
Not too sweet. Okay, so spring rolls, egg rolls, and summer rolls. What's the difference? Spring rolls actually are summer rolls when they are fresh and not fried. Other spring rolls can be the exact same thing, but then dipped in a bunch of unhealthy oil, and we're not doing that. And then egg rolls, as the name implies, you can find vegan egg rolls, but then
they're deep fried.
They're deep fried, and usually then it's the exact same wrap, but there's egg involved.
Right. These are Vietnamese. So the other ones you find at like a Chinese restaurant where you find egg rolls.
Egg rolls, yeah.
Sometimes spring rolls
or
at a Thai restaurant. The fried ones at a Thai, and then the Vietnamese usually they're not fried. You'll see. They're dipped in water. And they are...
And become more pliable.
Yeah, more pliable. It's really fun. This is a great one to do like with
a party or
group.
Family.
Yeah. Everybody has a
your
little bowl of water, and you have a big platter of all the options to put on top. And we always talk about eating the rainbow. And as you can see, there's quite a rainbow before you. And the sky's the limit. Like we picked this. This is what we usually do with our families. But I mean, I've done all sorts of things in here. I've done tofu, which we're going to do today with this. But I often add tomatoes. I just like them. I slice them really thin. I don't do the seeds. I just do like slice the skins. Mm-hmm. And those taste really good in there. I have had, what are they called? Like sprouts. I love sprouts in them.
Oh yeah, and mung bean sprouts.
Mung bean sprouts,
yeah,
exactly.
Those are great. Yeah.
Those are great in here. And also peanuts. You can sprinkle peanuts on top of them, chopped nuts. And
our sauce
that tastes really good in there. We're doing a peanut sauce, yeah.
But
you can do that. But anyway, you can kind of play around with them. That's what makes them fun.
All right, so I'm going to talk about a few of the vegetables as we get going.
Sounds good.
I bet the water's boiling. It should be.
Oh, for the right?
Oh, you know what? It doesn't boil when the heat's turned off.
All right. And oh yeah, we are putting rice noodles in. I don't know if you have the recipes before you, but anyway, it's pretty straightforward. So I'm gonna open these guys up.
I love red cabbage lately.
Me too.
Okay, this lady turned me onto it about a year ago. She said, "Oh, I'm so obsessed with red cabbage. I put it in everything," and I was like, "Oh." And in that moment, because I love Chrissy and anything she does is like right, I was like, "Huh, I guess I'm a salad snob." Because to me, this is what I think of. When I see red cabbage, or when I used to, I'm like, oh, those like ridiculous jokes of a side salad that's like pure iceberg lettuce with like one frizzle of red cabbage and a couple shreds of carrot. Like loser salad.
Growing up in New York, like every diner salad was like iceberg and a couple pieces, and I would like go in there and grab the red cabbage.
I just associated it with like cheap boring loser salads, but I'm obsessed with it. It's so delicious. And it's part of the cruciferous vegetable, right? The family brassica. So sorry to the whole family brassica that I was dissing you for so long, because I'm now loving it. I put it in all of my salads, and it's really good. You can marinate it in like rice vinegar and a couple spices, and you get like a coleslaw kind of thing.
Coleslaw. And cooked red cabbages. Incredible too. I don't know if you've ever cooked it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You cook it like I like shredding it really thin, and then you cook it with like a little vinegar. I usually use apple cider vinegar, but you can use just white wine vinegar and a little sugar or a sugar substitute. But for that I use sugar because it's so little, like it's like a teaspoon and a humongous thing of cabbage, and you let it cook down kind of forever.
It's like sauerkraut.
Yeah. And but it's like red cabbage. I grew up in a Ukrainian family, so red cabbage is like a big thing. We have it like every holiday.
Cool.
Cooked.
Well, turns out there was a very recent study that looked at red cabbage consumption and breast cancer, and it was in Polish immigrants to the U.S. who basically assumed our high 1 in 8 breast cancer rate after being here for one generation. However, when they stratified the women by red cabbage consumption, it had to be raw or fermented or lightly steamed, not have the yummy slaw that you were just describing. What they found, this is a pretty phenomenal drop in breast cancer. For those who consumed just 3 or more servings of lightly steamed or raw cabbage or fermented cabbage a week versus those who had 1.5 or less servings, there was a 77% drop in breast cancer.
What? All right, I guess I'll go back to my red.
To your
my red
raw,
your raw red cabbage. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna cut.
I like it just as much anyway.
You know, it's probably all the same as Brussels sprouts and kale and arugula, spinach.
It all has the same compounds,
but
phytonutrients.
You know, the thing I'm obsessed with, the sulforaphane. It has the sulforaphane and the anthocyanins, and they're just well-known powerhouses in the whole cancer-killing department.
And more powerful in the raw form, so.
Okay, so I'm just slicing this up. This will be one of the choices to throw into a roll.
Yeah, cut it really, really thin.
Here, you do it.
Okay.
Gosh, I'll just keep talking. I did it wrong.
Well, no, because we have the small ones. So, like, the small ones.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
we had smaller rice.
Yeah, we have smaller wraps than intended, but I mean, I don't mind them. They're fine.
All right.
I usually cut it pretty
My kids
thin.
took all the scissors out of the kitchen. And when I met Andy, when I was single, I used to have, I'm gonna not lie, like 15 pairs of scissors. Everywhere in my little apartment you could put scissors, I had scissors. Because I never knew where they were and I always needed them. It's like hair ties. So when he moved in, he was like, ixnay to all the scissors. He let me pick one pair. I know. And to this day, I deeply regret it because I still need so many scissors now that the boys take them.
I know, they take them all the time. My boys I have 2 boys.
Okay, this is just a 2-minute.
Like to take my scissors. Yeah.
2-minute boil, so I've got to pay attention.
Yeah. Oh,
What? Too soon?
No. Did you put it in?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So then it's 2 minutes. You quick sneaked me. I didn't even know you put it in. All right. So I'll talk about the carrots while she's over there.
Oh yeah, I want you to show them how to slice them out.
Yeah.
Thin.
So you could do matchstick carrots. I've cheated with these sometimes at the supermarkets. If you have a salad bar at the market, like Whole Foods, I'll just get a little bit of the matchstick carrots because they often have those on salad bars. So it's just kind of easier. But this is like so easy. You don't need to do that. But occasionally, if I'm lazy, I'll grab some matchstick carrots. So I'm just grating these guys.
But here's the funny thing, in all my life, I never went back and forth when I graded until she did the first carrot. I was like, look at that. It goes both ways.
I don't know why. I was like, well, it depends what you're doing. But yeah, I mean, for this, if you're grading something, yeah, you go back and forth. So anyway, we have a nice big pile here. Make more than you think you'll need. I'm telling you right now, it'll look like, I always feel like, oh my gosh, I did so much, which is fine because like, so what, it's vegetables and we'll save them until tomorrow, but I always run out. Like everybody will make a bunch of the spring rolls and they're dipping and everybody's having fun and then they look down and there's like nothing left.
Tragic. So carrots. I got another fun tidbit in a 2018 meta-analysis. So they looked at 10 different studies that totaled just under 14,000 breast cancer patients. And when you looked at the highest versus lowest carrot consumers, raw, cooked, or otherwise, there was a 21% drop in recurrence and death. So
it's kind of a theme with these vegetables.
All right, I'm gonna watch my noodles.
All right.
Woo,
All right, so
I
anyway,
really do.
now we have
It's
a
like
nice big
boiling
pile of
over.
carrots. And so what we're going to be doing, we're going to be laying these vegetables down on this paper. So you want them to be kind of thin. You don't want big chunky. Also, when you bite into it, you want to just like bite into a big chunky carrot. You want to get a little bit of everything while you bite into it. So kind of keep that in mind when you're cutting them. It takes a little longer, but it'll be worth it. All right, and now I'm going to cut up the cucumbers. So same deal. I'm going to, you know what I'm going to do? This is how I usually do it. I cut them like in threes if I'm using Persian cucumbers.
Should we get started on the tofu or?
Yeah, it doesn't take long though.
Okay.
But yes. All right, so here's how I'm cutting the cucumbers. None of this is rocket science, right? I don't need to explain too much, but cucumbers are really good in there. So I would say always use cucumber. I would say always use everything we're using and then add some stuff if you want to. I've also added beans, but my family thought that was kind of disgusting, but I had white beans in one once. All right, so
One once.
it
Never
didn't go over that
happen
well.
again.
We have some onions, cilantro. Okay, so yeah, I guess we should get the tofu going.
Okay, so I
it's
want to
pressed.
show
Where
you
is
the
it? Oh, here it
tofu
is.
bud. That is.
Here, you want to show how it works?
Yeah, it's really fun. And it has this pour spout, so you can see that it's pressed out. This is that Trader Joe's organic extra firm, so basically you don't need to press it, but even with some pressing, I'll show you over here that we got the juice out.
Get
So
this a lot out. And if you're dry sauteing or dry frying really, tofu, you want to get as much water out as possible. Otherwise, it'll stick to the pan.
which is we're about to show you how to do.
Yeah.
So there's going to be no oil, no broth. And then it just slides out. And so it has a top and bottom panel. It's super easy to use.
Yeah. Super easy. All right, let's go ahead and cut this up. All right, so again, we're putting them in these little wraps, and you have to fold the sides of the wrap down a little. So this is going to be perfect size, okay? And we're going to cut them thin.
They're really thin. I'd say about 1/8 of an inch, maybe.
Yep. No,
I posted on Instagram a little. I have a new thing I started. I don't know if you guys saw it. It's WTF says, what the funk says. And so I pick a favorite quote out of a podcast or a news article or something that I'm a part of, and I put it as the quote, and then it links to the full podcast or the article, etc. But this week, I posted about soy, and I can't believe how many myths still abound out there about vilifying soy and that the phytoestrogens cause breast cancer, cause recurrence, cause death, and then people always comment like, I'll have to ask my doctor about that.
No.
Well, don't bother, because
unless your doctor has been actually doing
researching everything.
Yeah, they might not know, because that a number was done on soy, like 10 years ago, right before 10 years ago, right? It was like especially like industries started getting upset about soy milk and everything. Sure. So they started coming out with all these, things about soy being, terrible for you and causes cancer. And it wasn't based on it was based on the studies they had then.
It was based on a mouse.
It was based on a mouse. And
we don't metabolize the isoflavones like genistein and daidzein in soy the same way that mice do. And in fact, they metabolize it in a way that does make it carcinogenic if you're a mouse with breast cancer. But we, as humans, don't metabolize isoflavones that way. And we make them into estrogen-like compounds that actually activate beta receptors, which inactivate the cancer receptors called alpha. So it's acting like tamoxifen. It's inhabiting the receptor and blocking it from real estrogen. It's actually degrading cancers off of the cancer cells, and it's going out into your fat, acting like an aromatase inhibitor. So like your Arimidex, Aromacin, Letrozole, and stopping the conversion of adrenal gland steroids into estrogen. Okay, well, I've talked about it before. You're like, yeah, Kristi, we know. You're pro soy.
There we go.
Red peppers. Okay, take this, lime. A red pepper has 3 times the vitamin C as a medium-sized orange, which has more vitamin C than a lime. So the limeys should have been red pepperies.
All right, so over here I am heating the water up. I'm heating the pan up. I'm going to get the pan really hot. I'm going to make sure it's hot. I'm going to drop a little water on there. If you put the tofu on a not very hot pan, it's not going to really sear the way you want it to. It's going to end up sticking. You do risk this sticking if you're not using a really hot pan or using a pan that you kind of already know might be your sticky pan. Don't do that. All right. Okay, so we're sizzling a little. And I'm not seasoning this. I'm really doing nothing to this other than heating it up. It works really well in these wraps because you end up having a lot of other things in there, and you don't really want like a teriyaki tofu strip in these wraps because the vegetables are kind of the star, and to be honest, the dipping sauce is the star. So
make enough of it.
Yeah, make enough of it. Make extra. Just cut up more vegetables and herbs and stuff than you think you need, and do the same with this. So
red peppers, back to our vitamin C enriched pepper. They also have capsaicin, a phytochemical called capsaicin, which is probably the main reason why almost every single human cancer studied against capsaicin shows that the vegetable wins. I mean,
is that for bell peppers, red bell peppers, or only spicy red peppers?
It's for the spicy ones,
yeah.
But it's also, there is capsaicin in the red peppers too.
Okay. I didn't know
Just
that.
not as much. It's a little big. She's going to get mad. She likes everything thin for these. All right, so how long does the tofu typically take?
Like 3 minutes, I'll call it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're slicing up pepper. I got my dog tapping at the door. I'll slice up some of the...
Okay, well, that's just doing
cucumber.
its thing. Do you need any help over here?
I guess we just have avos left. Okay,
Yeah.
Show of hands. Oh, wait, how much vitamin C do orange and yellow bell peppers have? Okay, I can tell you. They have about 50% of your RDA.
In a serving, which is what, a half a cup? Or a cup? What do you think?
It's a cup.
A cup, okay. Yeah, it would have to be.
Wait, I was deep in thought about, I was about to say something. Oh, yeah, show of hands. I don't know what is going on in the avocado industry, but I will buy avocados and at least half of them are rotten. Anybody? Like, I am wasting half my food budget on rotten avocados. It's really annoying. And then I moved on to just buying ones that were green and hard and do like daily avocado maintenance. They could go from the paper bag underneath. Oh, they're a little bit softer. Let's go on the counter now. Now they're softer. I'll put them in the fridge. Like, I'm babysitting them like no tomorrow. And every time I cut one open, well, not every time, but half the time, they're just totally gross. Even when I feel like I birthed them from a tiny fetus avocado.
It's getting a little funky over here.
Okay. I do love avocados, but not when they betray me.
I know, it is.
And then I want my money back.
Yeah. Well, you can. Bring them back.
Who has time for that?
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so I'm making the sauce. The ingredients are here. It's 3 times the amount of tamari to rice wine vinegar, about a tablespoon of maple syrup. I never measure anymore because I make this so much. I kind of don't feel like I need to. And then I'm going to do some peanut butter, about a half a cup. I got this squeezy peanut butter, which is really nice for recipes like this because I'm going to check on my tofu before it starts burning. Hold that thought.
Okay, I'm going to slice.
All right, so the tofu is getting golden. You can see it here. It's turning golden on one side. Again, it's just the tofu. It's nothing. It makes like a little skin on it when you dry saute it. It just kind of gives it a cool consistency. And as I said, we don't really want the tofu flavored in here. And, yeah, maybe you do. I don't know. I don't. I like it just kind of plain. And my whole family likes it plain, so.
Let me see what you're doing over there. Oh, it's working great.
Yeah. Okay, so it makes like a little skin on it, which is kind of what you want.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and so that's going to be done momentarily. So we'll be able to make our little
Wonderful.
wraps. And you can add more if you want more.
We'll plate out for the tofu.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was a winning avocado. Yay! That's because I didn't buy it.
That's because it was from my husband's friend's avocado farm. So his avocados are great. Somehow he's done it.
All right, I'll slice this all nice and thin.
All right, can I bring this pan over there? Do you want to put it on a towel?
Mm-hmm, I do. Let me put it down on this.
Okay. So we're going to get, let's see, the tofu is done.
I've talked about avocado hand before. It's what we call people who come in the ER. When I used to be working in the ER, who cut their hands open.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, avocado hand.
That and bagel hands, right? In New York, there's a lot of bagel hands.
Yep, I bet. So
bagel fingers or missing fingers. Okay.
2 tricks to getting the seed out. One, if it's like super ripe, you can just gently squeeze and it'll boop, fall right out. Mm-hmm. The other one that I learned when I was at Stanford, I worked in the cafe and had to make sandwiches, and the guy there taught me that you do like a cross. You just chop it, but I keep this hand out of it. He would hold it. I'm like, I'm not doing that. But you just chop it, and then turn it and do it like a cross. So you do one direction and then boop, the other, and then twist, and out it comes.
Twist hair.
Okay. All right. My hair's scratching the mic.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, flying.
Yeah. So I'm whisking this sauce. You can throw it in a blender and blend it, and it's going to be a lot less of a painful process than whisking, but I don't really find whisking that painful, so it's okay. And what's in this? I should say what's in this. So it's rice wine vinegar, not seasoned rice wine vinegar, which like goes in sushi rice, just rice vinegar. It's not even, just rice vinegar, okay? Not seasoned. And then maple syrup, organic maple syrup, peanut butter. So I have this organic peanut butter, which is in a squeezy tube, which I kind of like for cooking, for anything that you're making a sauce with. It doesn't work great on bread because it's too runny, but it works great in this kind of stuff. And then tamari. I use tamari instead of soy sauce because I have to eat gluten-free, and tamari is gluten-free. All right? And then what I'll do is I'll do this a little, and then I'll grab a spoon, a clean spoon, and I'll taste it.
We have our noodles. And Chrissy's not a green onion lover, but Sebastian and I are, so I'm going to cut those up for us. And you know how I love the whole family, the allium vegetables. They're super duper cancer fighters. And
you know, there's no ginger in the recipe, but Kristi loves ginger, so we're going to grate a little ginger into the sauce as well.
Yep. Thank you.
And so I'll show you this. I'm going to add a little water to this too, just a little, to make it a little less thick. So let me grab another fresh spoon so I'm not contaminating anything here. Yum. Okay. Add a little water. Oh, I'll do it from here. If you're gonna add water.
Any questions? Oh, I heard you can keep Marcy. Oh, she always has good tips. I heard you can keep whole avocados underwater in a container in the fridge, and they last a long time.
No, that was just a post on Instagram. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm going to because I love the idea of that.
Yeah.
Because I find, they'll stay okay in the fridge, but if they're already ripening, I feel like it doesn't slow it down that much, but maybe the water thing helps because that keeps it airtight, I guess, very airtight.
Bethany Lyles wants to know what kind of pans I use, and these are Caraway nonstick. They're amazing. I can't believe what I can make. I don't put any oil or spray down.
Yeah, they
when
do
I
great
make
with
pancakes.
the tofu.
When I make pancakes.
Oh,
even.
yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, and I don't put oil in my pancake batter, so they don't even stick with that. Yay, Joyce! I know. I'm glad we have our cooking class back. We had a traumatic break after episode 10. No, we actually just both got busy and kids and things, but it's very funny.
It was so dramatic.
Do you think you can use Bragg's amino acids?
Of course, yes.
Tina? Okay.
Yes, I find with Bragg's, though, use a little less at first than what the recipe calls for. I've seen that you can use them interchangeably with soy sauce, tablespoon per tablespoon, but I find that they're saltier. So I usually use a little less Bragg's and I'll add a little water. That's just me. You can check it out and see, but I always find that it makes it a little saltier than I want it.
Couple more questions. Can you use powdered peanut butter? I did not know they made powdered peanut butter.
I honestly, I'm gonna have to say I don't know. I don't know if it,
I feel like no,
because I don't think it's going to be creamy, and you want it to be creamy. So,
right.
I mean, I know the powdered peanut butter is more protein, less fat, if that's what you're going for with that. But I would say, yeah, try it. Try it and see what happens. I mean, I guess my question to you is, if you're using powdered peanut butter, do you add water to it, and that's how you get it creamy or whatever? Yeah. Okay, so then sure, then try that. Like, do it in a blender though. Don't try to whisk it. Would be what I'd say. Put it in a blender with water and see how it comes out.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna take a quick commercial break to do our giveaway question.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll assemble, and then we'll give the giveaway away. All right. Okay. Oh, and then we have mint. We forgot to say with our ingredients.
Yeah, mint.
We have mint, which I want to tell you improves digestion and helps speed up your metabolism, and has been associated with weight loss and stopping hair loss. So who doesn't want more hair and to be thinner? Mint. And then we also have cilantro, which I love, but my kids and even Andy are not big fans of, but I'm obsessed. Yeah. I love this thing.
I love cilantro so much.
I will put double duty in mine, and that will lower blood sugar so I don't get diabetes. It helps with heart, brain, and gut health. Love the herbs. Okay, back to the giveaway, or to the giveaway.
Okay.
All right, everyone. We do have to find a winner for today's tofu bud, or else it will be budless. If you are joining us via Zoom, all you have to do is type the correct answer in the chat. But as always, everyone, you only get one answer, and if you try to double dip or triple dip, we'll always use your first answer. Okay. Oh, by the way, if there's a tie, which has happened once before, we'll randomly select the winner. Now, for one super nifty tofu bud tofu press, did you know that I ride my bike to work almost every single day, to and from? And our boys, who are now on summer break, but usually we all four ride together to their school, and then Andy or I, after dropping them, Andy usually picks them up, and as long as the sun is shining, which thankfully in California, it is quite often, except for the last few months, I guess. Anyway, I do ride my bike to work 90% of the time. So here's your question. How many miles in 0.1 mile increments does our family ride to and from school and to and from my office every single day? So what is the daily total? That is my dropping off the boys at school, then riding to work, and then Andy and all three kids riding back from school, and me riding back from the office. Andy riding to the school, you forgot that part in there too. The total distance of 5 people going to and from once each. So a quick hint though, it's more than 10 miles and less than 50. Let the best woman or man, I don't think I've seen any men, win. Okay, now, while you guys get a guessing, Andy's monitoring, Chrissy and I will get assembling.
Yes. Do you have a plate to assemble on? I'll get one.
Yeah, a plate?
I know what they are.
Yeah,
I'll just use a tiny one.
You want a tiny one or a big one?
No, the big's fine.
Okay.
All right, so I made these wrong for years, so you can learn from my mistakes as far as these little guys go. So I used to heat the water up too much, thinking I need really, really hot water, and I used to leave them in the water until they were really soft, and then extremely hard to work with. They will soften up as they sit, so you don't need to dip them for very long. You just dip them in.
And obviously your fingers are in that water and they're not blistering. So
yeah, no, it's just warm.
Just the right temperature.
It's warm. And I don't know if you can hear it. It's crackling. Yes.
You put your ear closer so they could hear. That was awesome.
Okay, so I'm gonna, because we're using smaller, yeah, oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay, you go on.
Because we're using smaller wraps, we're not gonna put as much in there, but you can do like almost like a hand roll too. So you're gonna do this and put a couple of these in here, and I'm gonna put a couple cucumbers, and I think we will do them like a hand roll actually. I'm gonna put mint and cilantro on the outside so it looks all pretty when it's wrapped. It's green on the outside. It's decorative. And then put some, I think I'm going, see I always go a little crazy on the first one and it ends up too big.
Okay, got a little pepper.
I chopped this up. Mint.
Carrot. My new BFF red cabbage. Noodles.
I have them in.
Oh, you do?
And you can play around with these, as Kristi said, and make them look really pretty too. So if you're using a big wrap, you can roll it at the end and cut it. And then it looks really nice. It looks like kind of like a sushi roll. If you're using these tiny wraps, I like to do kind of like the first one's usually the ugly stuffed child, but it'll taste really good anyway. So yeah, so that's the first one. You can still cut these, I bet.
The second one is not that much prettier. I mean, roll it.
But you see how you're starting to roll it while it's still pretty firm.
Yeah.
And
here, you know what? I'm not going to pick it up. I'm just going to show you this, and now it looks all pretty. Yay! Okay.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
It unraveled. I'm going to fix
like,
that.
what is she laughing at?
I'm a surgeon. I can fix it. I don't even need suture for this. Oh my gosh.
It's so funny. Yeah.
There
See?
we go.
No one said they had to be beautiful, folks.
But they are going to be
They're going to be delicious.
All right. Shall we try them?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to make
assembling.
another one. I feel like I
You
need
need
to
to show the world how pretty they can be.
I need to. I do.
Well,
All right.
as well assembled.
I think I have everything on here. I'm going to roll it up. Roll her up.
Rolling, rolling, rolling.
Okay. Dun, da, da, da. It's actually really fun rolling these things. I would say buy the bigger wraps, but if you can't find them, which I couldn't today, the store I went to didn't have them. So I was like, all right, we're going to make it work with these little guys. Okay, see, the second one always comes out a lot better. So there she is. And you can see everything in there. It looks so pretty. And there's the herbs on the outside. And I'm going to be so bold as to cut this one in half.
Oh, wow. You are proud of that
It's
one.
a nice way to serve it, you know.
Yeah,
Sometimes I put
it
water on the
does
knife
look-
to do that. I'm going to go buy you a dip. All right.
Okay, gotta get the mint happening.
Okay, so if you were going to take these to a party, to your potluck, you could cut them in half like this. And then you can like stick them straight up like this, or lay them down on the side like this for people to grab. All right, making sense? All right.
Very nice.
And while you're working with them, your hands kind of get sticky, so it's like hard not to pull them apart. But you know, I'm still kind of loving this big old chunky one that is overstuffed with stuff sticking out at the ends.
Awesome.
And as they dry, as they sit for a few minutes, they'll get less sticky. They're kind of sticky right now.
Oh,
But they're fun, right?
My second one
Oh yeah,
was
look at that, see?
very pretty.
You figured it out on the first one. You
Yeah.
want to cut it in half?
Sure.
All right. All right. Yay, look how pretty.
So pretty, just
All
like
right.
the picture.
Yep.
All right. So,
Dipping
let's
sauce.
see. Oh,
I want you to try
all
the
right,
sauce.
that's right.
Go ahead.
Here
Should we do one? All right.
Yeah, we should do it together.
Okay. All right. Cheers. Cheers, Instagram.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mmm.
Yum. And you know another thing you could do, which is what I usually do because I told you they're sticky, is I take a spoon and I spoon the sauce on it and then I eat it. Because sometimes when you dip, half your stuff falls out.
Which just happened.
Yeah.
I'm not quite half, but I got my cute spoon.
I know, those are cute. Can you add a little on here?
Mm-hmm.
So as you can see, we're both like, these are good.
Oops, sorry.
You'll love these.
Mm-hmm.
So good. It's like all over my face. All right, so have fun with these. Let us know what ingredients you add. Maybe you think of something completely different that we haven't thought of. Always put avocado. That creamy little touch in there is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a great way to get tofu in because honestly, the tofu is like, it's good, but you don't taste it that much. You know, it's just like that consistency is nice.
Right, it's just a thickness. It gives it a chewy texture. I love it. And of course, it's a great source of protein.
That's right.
Okay, so let's see. Ready for the winner? We got a lot of good guesses
Oh,
going
Deb adds a
on.
narrow strip of jalapeno. Yeah, if you like the spice, that's a great idea.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And you
little
could
kick.
add the pepper, the cayenne
Yeah.
to sauce. You can put
Oh, yeah.
cayenne,
The
cayenne in the
sauce?
sauce.
Kristi, her family doesn't like spicy. Normally I add a little cayenne and then whisk that sauce up, and it's got that little bite to it because nothing in here is spicy. So it has that little kick, which is nice. But if you don't like spice, it's still very savory and good.
All right. So for a tofu bud press, the winner is dun, 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 dun. Betty Ann Cornwall! Yay, Betty Ann! 38.25 miles was the correct answer. And what did Betty Ann say? Where is she? That's Bethany. Do you see
37 miles.
Oh, very close.
Very close. Deb was close at 32, and Remy was very close as well at 40, but she went over.
I'm 5.
Had to be under, right?
Yeah. All right. Yay.
All right. Congrats, Betty Ann.
Congrats. Watch for it in the mail, coming to you direct from Amazon. All right. We're gonna keep rolling here. So
I'm gonna keep on. We'll see you next month
Rolling
for our summer barbecue.
Yeah, we already actually have
Hey
that. Grill. Hey Grill. What was the whole name? It's very funny. Chrissy came up with the next one.
And it was Hey Grill Summer Cookout something.
Hey Grill, what's on the Barbie? That's funny, actually.
That is good.
All right.
I think we do that.
We hope you enjoyed today's recipe. And there was no trolling. So our next episode, as Chrissy said, it's July 17th. You can already sign up. Don't miss it. Spread the word. Tell your friends. And it will be special because we are actually taking our kitchen outside to the patio grill.
We're grilling. We're grilling up some tofu. These tofu skewers, tofu kebabs. It's yummy. Yeah. They're so good. And then we're going to do some other stuff.
Some unique vegetables.
Yeah,
that we
some
haven't
unique
gotten around
vegetables
to.
on the grill.
Little zook, etc.
Yes.
So like I said, already get that RSVP going. Share it with your friends. Maybe this time you want to bring friends over to the house. Get yourself outside and barbecue with us because that would be super fun to see your grill.
That would be fun.
Yes.
All right.
All right. So click the link in the description below or go to pinklotus.com/kitchen to sign up. Have a great evening, everyone.
And thank you all for your smiling faces. We have a big screen next to us, and we can see all of you, and you're beautiful. And yes, you are.
So
thank
fun.
you for being here.
All right. Mwah. Bye, everyone.
Mwah.
See you next time.
Bye.
And the funny thing is I poured the peanut butter sauce like on your